Y'all, grab your popcorn, because what just dropped online has the entire internet in shock. After months of silence, King Von's sister, yes, Kayla B herself, has finally stepped out of the shadows and put some major names on blast. And when we say names, we're talking Lil Durk and Asian Doll, two of the most talked about controversial figures tied to Von's legacy. Now listen, Kayla ain't never been one to hold her tongue, but this right here, she broke the internet. Fans are calling it the clapback of the year, and others are saying it might just expose the truth behind everything we thought we knew about the OTF circle, Asian's Queen Von era, and why Von's name still gets thrown into beefs from beyond the grave. Kayla's live had millions of views within hours, and baby, she came with receipts, attitude, and straight-up accusations. She's claiming betrayal, clout chasing, and even says Durk might have switched up on Von before he passed. And Asian, whew, the things Kayla said might end their little sisterhood for good. This ain't just drama. This is family, loyalty, and revenge all colliding. And trust us, it only gets messier from here. So, boom. The whole internet is already lit up, and you'll already know when Kayla B gets on live. It's not just gossip, it's a whole event. And this time, it felt like a funeral turned expose. Her voice was shaking but strong, her eyes locked on the camera, and the first words out her mouth. I've been quiet for too long, but I ain't biting my tongue no more. Von ain't here to speak for himself, so I'ma do it for him. From that moment, it was on. Fans were instantly glued to the screen. Twitter spaces opened within minutes. Blogs posted up like paparazzi outside a courtroom. This wasn't just a sister venting. This was Von's blood coming out with a storm. She started with Asian Doll, and baby, Kayla did not hold back. She said, "Everybody want to act like they loved my brother when it's trending. But where was y'all when he was struggling? Where was y'all when he needed real love, not photo ops?" People in the comments were going wild. Some were dropping broken heart emojis, others straight up laughing, saying, "Nah, Kayla snapping tonight." But it wasn't just talk. Kayla had receipts. She pulled up old messages, damn screenshots, and even unseen texts from Von's phone. One message from Von allegedly read, "She only around when the cameras are, fake love, I peep it." And just like that, the room went silent. People who used to stan Asian and Von's so-called love story were shook. Kayla claimed Asian was ghosting Von at key moments, only popping up for events, videos, and clout. She wore his chains after he died, but didn't answer his calls when he was alive, Kayla said, her voice cracking. That's not love. That's branding. Some fans tried to defend Asian in the chat, but Kayla wasn't having it. She clapped back at one comment in real time, saying, "How you gonna tell me about my own brother? Y'all got caught up in some aesthetic, but y'all wasn't in the trenches with us. Y'all ain't see the late night phone calls, the pain, the loyalty being tested." Then she turned her focus to Lil Durk. And this is where things went from spicy to straight up. Nuclear. Kayla paused, took a deep breath, and looked dead into the lens. "I love bro. I always have," she said. "But that love don't stop me from telling the truth. And the truth is, Von didn't trust everybody around him, even the ones he called gang." That sentence sent chills across the live. You could feel the shift. It was no longer about just drama. This was now about loyalty and betrayal at the highest level. "Durk switched up," she said. "That's just facts. After Von died, things got weird. Fake love everywhere. They dropped songs, posted pics. But where was that same energy when Von was asking for backup on the streets? When he was trying to grow, elevate?" Fans were stunned. Was Kayla really implying that Durk didn't ride the way he claimed to? Even people who normally stayed silent started speaking up. Bloggers, former affiliates, even old producers started posting old clips, old interviews. Everyone was now dissecting the Von and Durk dynamic under a whole new light. Then Kayla dropped a detail that made jaws drop. "Von was planning to move different," she said. "He told me, I'ma build my own thing. OTF love don't feel the same no more. And I ain't want to believe it, but now, everything making sense. The chat exploded. People were posting things like, wait, was Von leaving OTF? And nah, this changes everything. Kayla didn't confirm it directly, but she didn't deny it either. Von had a vision, she said, but certain people ain't like that. Certain people only ride with you as long as you playing your role. Soon as you try to be more, build your own empire, you become a threat. The silence in the room was heavy. Then, Kayla told a story no one had heard before. About a time Von called her late at night, 2 weeks before his death. He was frustrated, saying he felt boxed in, like the people around him only wanted him for what he could offer. He said, sis, sometimes I don't even know who real anymore. And I ain't know what to say, 'cause I felt the same. That part had people crying in the comments. Fans started posting pictures of Von, old clips of him laughing, sharing stories about his impact. It reminded everyone that behind the music, behind the beefs, there was a real human being and a family still grieving Dot. But Kayla wasn't done. She pulled out a screenshot of an old text from Von. And while the number and full convo was blurred for privacy, one line was bold and clear. Don't trust everybody who call you bro. Fans connected the dots instantly. People started speculating who that text was about. Durk? Someone else in OTF? Kayla refused to say a name, but the implication was clear. Von felt surrounded by fake love. And that's when things got even messier, because someone unexpected entered the chat. A verified user, a former videographer who used to work closely with Von, commented, Kayla ain't lying, I seen it myself. The chat exploded. People started demanding he go live, drop his side, confirm the story. He didn't say much else, just left one final comment. Von was waking up, and some folks ain't like that. Cue the fireworks. People started digging up old interviews, looking for clues, analyzing lyrics in old Von songs. Even Durk's verse on certain tracks were being dissected for hidden meanings. Suddenly, fans were treating this like a real-life whodunit, trying to piece together the timeline, motives, alliances. Kayla ended her live after nearly 40 minutes saying, I'm not doing this for clout. I'm doing this because you're done twisted my brother's legacy into something fake. You're made it about clicks and views, but this is personal. This is family. As soon as she logged off, all hell broke loose. Blogs flooded Instagram with updates. TikTokers uploaded breakdowns, side-by-side receipts, voiceovers of Von interviews synced with Kayla's claims. Fans started choosing sides, some standing with Durk, others riding with Kayla. Asian Doll posted a cryptic tweet with just a broken heart emoji and unfollowed Kayla minutes later. And just when people thought it couldn't get any more chaotic, Durk's team made a move. A close source posted on his story, "We not feeding into energy that ain't loyal. People hurt and talking reckless. We moving with silence and power." But fans weren't having it. Silence equals guilt, some said. Others accused Durk of ducking accountability. Within hours, #Justice for Von and #Kayla Speaks started trending. And that's where the story really began to spiral. Because if Kayla was dropping bombs on night one, what would happen the next time she went live? And then, out of nowhere, an old affiliate of OTF jumped into the conversation, someone who hadn't spoken publicly in years. So boom, just when everyone thought Kayla had dropped the last bomb, an old name popped up out of nowhere. one that had fans frozen. Muop. Yeah, that Muop. The same guy who used to be right beside Von, silent but always on point. The same one who was locked up but had been off the radar for months. Suddenly, his name was everywhere. But not because he spoke publicly. Nah. It was a leaked voice memo, allegedly recorded during a phone call from jail, that got leaked and sent the internet into a meltdown. In the clip, scratchy audio and all. Muop's voice could be heard saying, "Von was finna separate from all them boys. He was peeping the funny vibes. He told me, they don't love me. They love what I bring. Bro." The internet collapsed. Fans were reposting the audio everywhere. It was like the final piece to Kayla's puzzle. Another person confirming that Von felt used, played, maybe even betrayed by people in his circle. And this time, it wasn't some blogger or cousin. This was a soldier who stood next to Von through thick and thin. But here's the thing. Once that memo leaked, the drama turned into war. Durk's camp was not playing. They dropped a series of subtle posts that weren't so subtle. One said, "Only real ones know who was there and who just talking." Another post from one of Durk's closest friends had just 3 words. "Cloudy memories fade." Kayla went live again that same night. "Don't get it twisted," she said, holding back tears. "I ain't attacking nobody. I'm protecting my brother's legacy. Y'all wasn't in that hospital. Y'all wasn't there when I had to identify his body. Y'all don't know what that pain do to a person." This time, her energy was different. Less fire, more heartbreak, and that's what hit fans hardest. "I tried to talk to Durk after Von passed," she said. "I reached out. No response. He ghosted me, like I was a stranger, like we ain't family." The chat lit up with disbelief. "Nah, not Durk," some fans said. "He wouldn't do that to Von's sister." But then Kayla pulled out a screenshot, a DM thread from her and Durk's Instagram. It showed her sending 3 messages after Von's death, all left on scene. No reply. You could hear a pin drop in the live. "How you gonna say you love my brother but ignore his blood?" she asked. "Make it make sense." The mood online shifted again. People started pulling up old OTF freestyles, looking at Von's body language, analysing who was really rocking with who. Even old tweets from Asian Doll were being dug up, ones where she threw subs at Durk months after Von died. And then, the old affiliate stepped into the fire. Lost comma. A lesser-known name to casual fans, but a real one in Von's circle before the fame, went live on his burner account. He looked rough, like he'd been holding things in for too long. "I ain't want to speak on none of this," he said. But Kayla speaking facts. Von was about to start his own label. He wanted out. He was tired of the BS. When asked directly if Durk knew Von wanted out, Loss hesitated. "He knew," he said quietly. "Everybody knew, but nobody wanted to say it out loud." That sentence alone sparked thousands of reposts. It felt like the truth was unraveling, layer by layer. But then Loss dropped the twist of the century. "You ever wonder why Von got sent to Atlanta that week?" he asked. "Why he moved like he did? He didn't trust nobody around him in Chicago no more. He was setting up new plays, new deals, solo moves." Fans lost it. Was Von trying to escape the environment that made him? Was he trying to evolve? And did that scare the people who benefited from him staying the same? And while this was unfolding, Asian Doll finally broke her silence. She went live on TikTok, eyes red like she'd been crying. She didn't yell, she didn't diss, but she did defend herself. "I loved Von. And you're not finna rewrite history like I was some clout chaser," she said. "I held that man down when cameras weren't rolling. I got scars from that. Love." Fans were divided. Some said she was being sincere. Others said it felt like damage control. But Asian dropped her own receipts too. Videos of private moments with Von, unseen pictures, and even a short audio clip of Von saying, "Shorty real, she stays solid." That clip hit hard. Kayla didn't respond directly, but she posted a cryptic tweet. Screenshots can lie, vibes don't. Now everyone was confused. Was Asian telling the truth? Was Kayla misreading it? Or were both of them holding pieces of the story, but seeing it through different lenses? And right when the narrative felt like it was splitting into chaos, Durk finally made a move out of nowhere. He posted a photo of Von, no caption, just a black heart dot. The post got over 1 million likes in under an hour. The comments were flooded with both support and criticism. Some said, "Long live King Von, forever OTF." Others said, "Captions say a lot by saying nothing." Kayla didn't like the post. In fact, she unfollowed Durk minutes after it went up. By now, the fan base was fractured. Some believed Durk was still mourning in his own way. Others were now seeing him in a whole new light. Not as the loyal leader, but as someone who might have benefited more from Von's death than his life. And then, just as things seemed to calm for a second, fans were losing their minds. And the live? It got shut down after 5 minutes. Internet connection cut. Or maybe she ended it on purpose. But that 5 minutes, it was enough to spark a firestorm. Because right before it ended, she read one single sentence from Von's journal. He wrote, "I gotta watch the ones closest to me. Love don't live here no more." Fans were stunned. It was cryptic. It was heavy. And it had everyone pointing fingers. Who was he talking about? Some fans were like, he meant the streets. Others said, nah, he meant OTF. And a few even suggested maybe he was talking about Asian. But before anybody could settle on a theory, Kayla posted something else. A photo. It was Von and Durk in the studio, dated just 2 weeks before Von passed. But what caught everyone's attention was the caption Kayla added under it. "One of y'all knew he wasn't coming back." Bruh. That one line sent shockwaves through the community. People started analyzing Von's final days like it was an unsolved case. Podcasts dropped emergency episodes. YouTubers dropped 3-part breakdowns. Fans were screen recording old interviews, watching body language, zooming in on facial expressions. It felt like the whole world had turned into detectives. Meanwhile, Durk stayed silent. No tweets, no stories, no clapbacks, just silence. But behind the scenes, his team was scrambling. A source close to OTF allegedly told a Chicago blogger, "Durk feel betrayed. He thought Kayla was family. Now she got him out here looking like a villain." And it didn't stop there. A known producer, someone who worked with Von, jumped in on Twitter saying, "Von told me straight up, I ain't signing nothing else unless it's mine." That tweet alone went viral. And guess what? A few hours later, it was deleted. Deleted tweets. Silence from Durk, journal entries. Fans were putting the puzzle together in real time. But here's where it got wild. Asian Doll went live again. This time, she wasn't crying. She was furious. "Let me make one thing clear," she said, pacing around a hotel room. "I don't need to prove nothing to nobody. I was there when Von was broke. I was there when he got rich. I was there when them same dudes, your worship, was plotting on him." Fans were like, wait, what? Asian said too much, or maybe just enough. She kept going. "He told me who he didn't trust. I told him to move different, but he was loyal to a fault." In the background, someone off camera said, "They gon' try to silence you." Asian looked dead in the camera and said, "I wish they would." Bro, it felt like a war was brewing, but not in the streets, online, in the legacy of a man who couldn't defend himself anymore. And then, the receipts started raining down. Kayla posted a never-before-seen text thread between her and Von. In one message, Von said, "They only around 'cause I feed them. Ain't no love, just leeches." And right under that, he texted, "I'm about to take over FR, solo plays only." Fans connected the dots. Was he talking about leaving OTF, going completely independent? And if so, who really wanted him to stay? Rumors started flying that Von had just secured a secret distribution deal right before his death. a deal that would have made him millions outside of any label ties. And just like that, people started whispering. Whispers turned to accusations. Accusations turned to conspiracies. Even blogs that never covered street drama were now diving into it. Academics, sages, even random celebrity gossip pages. Everybody had a source now. But the biggest twist was still to come. Kayla announced she would be releasing select pages from Von's journal as part of a documentary project. She didn't say when. She didn't say how. But she said, "The world gonna hear his voice one more time." And fans were all in. Ments poured in. Protect Kayla at all costs. This gon' shake the industry. Von still speaking from the grave. But not everyone was supportive. Someone close to OTF, allegedly one of Durk's longtime shooters, went live and said, "This journal cap, Kayla using bro's name for fame. Von ain't even right like that." And boom, the battle lines were drawn. Now it was Team Kayla versus Team Durk, Team Asian versus the skeptics. And caught in the middle, Von's legacy. Old friends of Von started popping up, all with different stories. One said Von had dreams of being bigger than rap, that he wanted to act, build businesses, start a youth center in a block. Another said Von was battling demons, that he felt paranoid, watched, and betrayed. The more people talked, the messier it got. Asian went quiet. Durk stayed quiet. Kayla kept posting. And just when people thought the fire was dying down, Kayla uploaded a 12-second audio clip from the journal. It was Von's voice. Tired, raw. "I don't trust none of them no more," he said. "But I ain't scared. If something happened to me, just know it ain't random." Bro, that clip broke the internet again. It was too real, too chilling, and too specific. Was Von predicting his death, or just venting? Either way, fans felt it in their chest. And the pressure on Durk reaching a boiling point. The leak of Von's voice was the moment everything changed. That 12-second audio hit harder than any diss track. It wasn't no studio recording. It was raw, like it was pulled straight off a voicemail or a voice note. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. "I don't trust none of them no more," Von said. "But I ain't scared. If something happened to me, just know it ain't random." Instantly, the internet lit up. People were reposting it with captions like, "This ain't no coincidence," and "Bro left a message from the other side." Hashtags like #VonKnew and #Trust Noon started trending worldwide. Even celebrities started chiming in, saying things like, "This industry ain't what it seemed," and "You gotta watch your circle." But what really shocked everyone was Durk. For the first time since the drama started, Durk responded, not in words, but with a post. He uploaded a black screen to his Instagram story with one sentence written in white: "They want me to crash out." No context, no tags, just that . And the internet went crazy. Was he talking about Kayla, Asian, the fans, or himself? People started reading into everything. Durk unfollowed a few people, deleted some photos, even archived old posts with Von. It was like he was trying to wipe the slate clean, or hide something. At the same time, Kayla doubled down. She posted another photo of Von's journal. This time, the page was fully readable. It said, "I gave them loyalty, they gave me envy. My sister, the only one I trust with my truth." And just like that, Kayla's credibility hit the roof. Fans were like, "She ain't lying." Von really confided in her. Even people who doubted her started switching sides. But the drama didn't stop there. An anonymous source came forward with alleged screenshots, messages between Von and a big-name rapper that fans believe was Durk. In the messages, Von allegedly said, "They gon' be sick when I leave and blow on my own." Now keep in mind, none of this was confirmed. But the timing, the vibe, it was enough to get everybody talking. Asian popped back out too, but not with words this time. She posted a photo of her and Von with the caption, "I still talk to you. I hear you loud and clear now." Fans took that as confirmation. That she also believed something wasn't right. But here's where it really hit the fan. Von's cousin, not Kayla, not a rapper, just a regular dude from Chicago, went live out of nowhere. Dude never been in no drama, no clout dash chasing. And what he said shook the whole internet. He said, "I remember when Von called me, like 2 weeks before he died. He said he felt set up. Said everybody was smiling in his face but moving funny behind his back." He paused. Then added, "He told me, if anything happened to me, tell Kayla to tell the truth. She know what's up." Bro, that statement alone had fans screaming in the comments, "This is deeper than music." And they did bro dirty. People started digging up Von's last moves before his death. Where he went, who he saw, what he posted. It felt like the whole internet turned into a crime scene. And guess what else came out? An old interview from 2020 where Von joked, "Sometimes you outgrow your circle, but you still feed them because you love them. Love make you do dumb things." At the time, nobody thought much of it. But now, fans said he was dropping clues all along. Durk, meanwhile, dropped another post. It was a photo of him in the studio. No caption, but with a very specific chain in full focus. The one Von gave him. Some fans saw it as a tribute. Others called it manipulation. But regardless, Durk's silence was getting louder. And Kayla, she wasn't done. She did a sit-down interview, not with no clout blog, but a real journalist from Chicago. And she dropped one more bomb. She said, "I know who called Von the night he died. I know who sent that message that got him out there. And trust me, the world gon' find out soon." She didn't say a name. Didn't have to. The streets were already whispering. And then, out of nowhere, an old OTF affiliate posted a cryptic tweet. "Truth always come out, even if it take a few years. I ain't speaking, but I'm watching." That's when fans really started thinking. Maybe this was bigger than just Kayla versus Durk. Maybe this was industry deep. Maybe Von wasn't just another rapper lost too soon. Maybe he was silenced. But not everyone agreed. Some fans pushed back, saying Kayla was using her brother's death for clout. That if she really cared, she wouldn't be airing this stuff out online. They said Asian was milking it too. That Von wouldn't want this chaos. Others said, "Nah, they're telling the truth. They're doing what Von wanted. They're finally exposing what nobody else would dare say." And then, the biggest twist yet, a mysterious account, with no followers, no posts, started tagging big blogs with one sentence. "The footage exists." Footage of what? Nobody knew. But that one post had everybody on edge. Because fans remembered. There were security cameras near the scene when Von died. Footage that never fully surfaced. Was this about that? Or was it something else? The account deleted itself 24 hours later. But the damage was done. Rumors flew. Tension grew. Asian posted a prayer emoji. Kayla tweeted a zip mouth emoji. And Durk, he finally spoke. On stage. during a surprise performance in Atlanta. Midway through his set, he stopped the music and said, "Everybody got a voice, but not everybody telling the truth." The crowd went silent. He added, "I know what I know, and God know what really happened." Then he walked off stage without finishing the show. No explanations, no apologies, no diss tracks. Just that. And the internet exploded again. Because now nobody knew what to believe. Was Kayla the only one fighting for the truth? Or just stirring up pain? Was Asian telling secrets out of love? Or spite? Was Durk hiding something? Or protecting everyone from something darker? One thing's for sure. Fans weren't getting closure. If anything, they were left with more questions than answers. And just like that, the silence became louder than the truth. King Von's sister Kayla stood firm, even as the storm kept growing around her. Asian Doll held her ground, dropping cryptic clues and subtle shots. Lil Durk, caught in the middle of it all, chose silence, letting short captions and stage moments speak louder than any interview. But after all the lives, tweets, leaks, and what really happened behind the scenes? Was this all just a tragic misunderstanding, fueled by grief and pain? Or is there really a deeper story, one that the industry doesn't want us to know? One thing is clear: King Von's legacy is far from forgotten. In fact, his voice is louder than ever, echoed through his sister's tears, his fans' theories, and the friends who still carry his name in the shadows. But will the real truth ever come out? Or will it stay buried in the whispers, cryptic captions, and unreleased footage? Only time will tell. And now we gotta hear from you. Do you think Kayla is being real about all this? Or is she using the drama for attention? Was Asian Doll really in love? Or is this all revenge? And what's up with Lil Durk's silence? Is he protecting something? Or hiding something? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're reading everything. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss part 2 if more details break. Because you already know, in this game, loyalty ain't always real, and silence can speak louder than truth. Stay tuned. This is Rap News Uncensored, and we just getting started.